bloodline. The Aboriginal genius, let the world know the truth. Expose the lies, studied the bloodline. The Aboriginal drive before the Spanish, the Dutch, and the British arrived. Saying we was from Africa and stole a birthright. That's a trick move, something that a dirty war would do. Claim your nationality of the land, you get screwed. So we studied your background, your treaties you wrote. Fake as history, I ain't going here on no boat. Frontin' like you indigenous to the land, you disgust me. Tomahawk back in our hands, it's getting ugly. You run around screaming black power, cause it sells to the truth. Rivers fell with a bull and high hell. Native Americans but hurt, can't tell, cause they know damn well the trail of tears ain't real. Respect the Aborigine, this land is all you know, you all. You still a guest, motherfucker. I have one little, two little, three little, young grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling myself. I have one little, two little, three little, young grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling myself. House nigga, real nigga, fake nigga, feel nigga. My skin ain't black, what the deal, nigga? Salute on my real shit, that is Aborigines, owners of the land and every goddamn tree and every goddamn sea. Invaders ever cross, step foot on the land and you can step the fuck off. Breathe, you gon' make us swing the sacred tomahawk. Fucking around with us with that black constant. Fake bricks of slave ships, that's the reference. Baby, we African, you gon' need more evidence. I'm American, Aboriginal, indigenous, Shibogidi, latest. That shit is rhetoric. Stay woke, Aboriginal, get out. Your civil rights acts, all you can eat, big out. The Stockholm syndrome, make skits out. Phoenix Moon got the antidote, get that shit out. Meanwhile, rapping about my birthright, fuck a freestyle. Teach each man, each woman, each child. Black race is really Indians indeed now. Man, they indeed now. Holly Dog, Title 18, G goes. Pilgrims get big gold, but Phoenix and Beast Mode. Bring them up, big bows out of the sleep. Oh, we ain't black, colors, Africans or Negroes. I got one little, two little, three little, young grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling myself. I have one little, two little, three little, young grandmas, but society keep killing them, telling myself.
Halito, Chima, what's happening? Oshio, Doitsu, Wangapo, got Tyrone back. We're gonna do a little part two. What's happening with you? What's up, everybody? Hope everything is healthy. It's a beautiful day in Indian country. Great day to be alive. Great time, wonderful time to be alive. Wallace Carroll, what's up, beloved? Halito, L. Austin, welcome back, beloved. Hey, Cuzzo. Tosh, what's going on, beauty? Hi, Chelsea. Hi, beloved. How are you? Welcome back, Lloyd. Everybody else. Nathan, what's up, baby? How are you? Pompano. Hey, Nicole. Tahira, what's up, beloved? How y'all beautiful ones doing? What's up, Ancient One? Welcome back. Hi, Miss Pamela. Hi, beautiful Miss Pamela. How are you, Halito? So what's happening? We got Tyrone back. You know, we had a good session earlier, and we, just a few things to break down. Little spicy meatballs. It's free game. It's a lot of levels to it, and we kind of just want to make sure, that people really get the gist of it. And if you ain't convinced, that you should look into who you're supposed to, what you're supposed to, which is your genealogy, then tomorrow we got a nice little spicy meatball coming down the pike. And I said this would happen, and it's long overdue, but I got my homie from the Congo that's gonna be coming through, and he's got some things that he'd like to say and speak to us about in regards to, again, the DNA. I'm hoping to have our beloved doctor back as well. So this is gonna be interesting. I'm excited about that, and we're gonna talk about Congo law, and I'm gonna help him. It's gonna be fair exchange because he's got some information specifically for pan fries and how it relates to them using the stories are trying to use them against us to make us accept some African ancestry that doesn't exist in the interim. He being of Congo descent, Congo parents, Congo grandparents, great grandparents, and so on, he has a different issue as far as how they were using those stories, taking away from his culture. So it's going to be a whole different spin of things, and I'm excited to talk about that. I did the Congo Constitution before for them earlier on. Um, well, I won't say I was so new, but this is the point where I tried to have a teaching moment with some of them, and they kind of threw tomatoes at it, and didn't really want to take the fruit. But there were some people that were always respectful, even if they disagreed or didn't understand some things. But one thing for sure is I love my people, and he respects that, and he loves his people, and I respect that, and that's what we have in common. And this is how we are able to make things work so that we'll be able to just help. Because I'm truly just anti-oppression. I'm not against anybody in particular except crooks, creeps, pedophiles and things like that. I hate, things and shit. But there's really no group of people out ethnic wise that I can say that I hate. That's not absolutely true. But I always, kind of get boxed in. And maybe sometimes it's my fault that I do get boxed in, and I always feel like I have to defend the Indian in me, right? From the people that they say that they claim they are, but can't prove it. And here I am with the proof, and it's like you can't please them. I don't have to accept that in order to fit in some sort of box, a box of rocks. Shake it up. That's all the hell it is. There ain't no real present inside. You know what I'm saying? Um, so that's that. But and again, I'm pretty sure that they may want to debate or something like that. They may want to have some conversations and things like that. And I'm kind of, really a little, almost not really. I don't want to say I'm not interested, but it's not that serious. And the team that we coming with, it's like, is it even fair? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it's fair. So this doesn't have to be, like battle rap and shit like that. And then, if people have questions, then they are more than welcome to come and voice their concerns and stuff like that. But we got winners over here. We ain't taking L's with all that other crazy shit that don't matter. So maybe in order to strengthen what it is that you say that you're doing, that does have a good amount of people that are attached to it, perhaps you should have something tangible for them to chew on. And that's really merely what it is. But it also has a lot to do with so many misconceptions and how everybody gets kind of mixed up into one pool of victimhood, and everybody's got their own story, and it's not all the same. What happened to my family did not happen to everybody in the five civilized tribes, right? What happened to the Pequot is not the same thing that the five civilized tribes are having issues with right now, or the people in Standing Rock say are having issues with right now. Does that erase us from the annals of history? Hell no, it doesn't. Does that mean people got to step their game up on what it is that was happening in these 13 colonies? Right. Pre-colonial. This is why I talk about the colonies all the time. You can talk about the wars, you can talk about, but who was the war with? If there was Queen Isabel and she's the queen of Portugal, Spain, and let's say Jerusalem, and you're talking about the same Spaniards in within her confines of her kingdom having beef with Jerusalem and all these other people, isn't that the same? Isn't it Isabella that they having a problem with still? So we're just because you hear of different types of things in regards to history, how you process it, trying to string everything together to make one big story of the white, and the white, and the white around your lips, right? The white man, the white man around your lips. And it becomes burdensome. It's been burdensome. Aren't you tired of the tears? Like, what is it that you guys are looking for? Like, if you have anybody that was enslaved on the list for Georgetown, only 260 something people signed up. If you were a slave in Washington D.C., right? How come you ain't going to school for free? How come your children aren't on that list to go to school for free because that's part of reparations. But is everybody going to try and move to what? What is it? What was the city? Ashboro or where they're giving reparations, where they're doing it with community services and stuff like that?
I think it was somewhere in North Carolina.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. But is that where now they're going to have a whole bunch of people moving there because now that they think that there's going to be some check that's written or some sort of, some specific gift that's going to be donned on the people of color for what the fuck happened to them in the course of the history of the United States and
I don't think so because Negroes don't know how to haggle. They over there settling for like empty symbolic gestures and trying to give it away to HBCUs and little trinket shits that don't mean anything because they're afraid of getting
I
in
won't
these
say they
white
don't
folks'
do
ass
anything.
and telling them
I
hand over
will
the check.
let me stop you. I won't say that they don't mean anything because it does, right? There's nothing wrong with
Yeah.
that. See, what it is after high school, and this all goes about the programming in order to how people think that they have to navigate in order to be successful, right? Goes into the psychology of them wanting equality from their or oppressors, right? And it's also so that they can oppress other people, their own people. This is the
Yeah.
system. These are some of the side effects of what has happened, the trickle down effects that have happened in the system. Now, it totally excludes people of color in America from being together. It totally excludes that, and it totally includes everybody else except themselves. We will do anything for every other people but ourselves, right?
Yeah.
And that's been what has been part of the trend that is now a side effect of all of the inclusion, right? All of the
Yes,
kumbaya.
ma'am.
This is the side effect of it. So this is something that we're gonna have to accept, right? A lot of people participated, right? And if you didn't know, now you know, and you can, probably change that how you react and respond to certain stimuli, especially when it comes down to social assistance amongst each other, cooperative economics, because the only cooperative economics we really have truly is probably who you buy your weed from, right? It's all illegal activity is the only type of cooperative economics that exists in the so-called black community, which is also a corporation as well, that you ain't included in. You spend your money everywhere, but with your own, right? So,
Yeah.
yeah, so if I'm selling a bottle of water for $1, these people will go and buy it from somebody else for $3 because I won't sell it to them for 50 cents. Facts? That's a fact.
That's fact.
So, with that being said, the only type of commerce we have amongst each other that doesn't leave our neighborhoods is drug activity and buying weed. Weed ain't drugs.
And weapons too, because where do you get them
This is what
weapons
I'm saying.
from?
Weapons of destruction is always some sort of criminality or something else subject to discretion, right?
Yeah.
So it's always something like that. And those are the only ways that we're able to really like do stuff with each other. Don't people think that that's sick? And it is a large and enormous amount of blame placed everywhere else except what we're doing, what our contributions are to what we're doing, as we're crying about what somebody else is doing, and we're not G-checking ourselves, right? If
Yes,
it starts
ma'am.
with us and ends with us, that means individually and then collectively all together, right? But we all can't go around the mulberry bush together. It's not, everybody doesn't have the same thing. So now realizing, and it becomes really frustrating for us specifically because we are here. We have the documented history of our folks. So with that being said, you have all of these other people, these distractions and interrupting and thinking they supposed to drink from our mother's breast before we are. Why would you want to latch on to my mama before we good? Because we're not the same people. And I asked that question, even though you don't even have to answer it, because I really do understand it's not cool, but I understand where you're coming from, right? In the psyche of it all, because they want something that they don't have, which shows me the shit that we think that we don't have, everybody else wants it. That's proof. That's facts. There's truth in that. Everybody else wants it. What we don't see, everybody else gets the bigger picture. Everybody in the world is practicing racism except for the people of color in America. And I'm not talking about the people from foreign nations outside of the Americas, even though they have all been infiltrated too. And you can look at the trend of what's happened in the Caribbean. You can start in the 1890s with the Cuban Spanish War, with the PIC party. And these were your formerly enslaved people that were captives because Cuba was very active in the slave trade after everybody else said stop, right? Cuba was still very, very active. And not only were they still very active and actively participating even into the 1870s, 1880s, right? The thing about it is they had those captives that ended up doing coup d'etats on the natural people there too. Now they have all opened up the floodgates and the borders for a whole bunch of other foreigners to come in, and those being skin folk that look like them, but absolutely not them.
Yeah, the Indians, they are what Kamala Harris is.
There's a lot, and their admixtures still carry genealogy. The Hindu, the East Indians that have been brought there, the Chinese that were blackbirded, and some that migrated there to work, because there's a lot of history of Chinese in Jamaica for a very long time, as long as the Irish
Haiti too.
Scottish. And I'll tell you, the Hindus more so came during the right before the end of the blackbird phase, right? Because they were still doing that up until the 1940s. They were still doing that. White slavery existed up until the 1910s, 1920s. Jack Johnson was convicted of the Mann Act for bringing a white woman across state lines. And this is before the introduction. This is around the introduction of the Federal Reserve. So they had to interrupt commerce. Okay. This has always also been a race for foreigners to interrupt the commercial transactions, because we had all of the trading posts. There was nothing that we have ever needed from anyone else. You never had to do 1,000 trillion commercials talking about feed the kids in Tennessee because they ain't eating nothing and they with flies in the.
No, we wanted to go to these cities. We wanted to leave the South.
I ain't saying people ain't never had hard times and, probably had to eat fucking cornbread for breakfast, lunch, and dinner for a while. I ain't saying that. I ain't talking about that. But I'm talking about some straight up famine. Straight up. No. Famine so bad you ain't even got a nigga to bust upside the head for a can of fucking beans. Oh. That's not our problem. So when they talk about, trying to include us in everybody else's culture, I got a problem with that too. You're gonna attach me to all the Egypt and all that, nigga. Who you related to over there? Who are you related to? Tell me
what can't find their relatives, man.
They had a name by now. Egyptians, the original people over there that never had history interrupted at all. Those people have last names they're doing business as, and those last names been there for the last couple of years since people was using pens during their commercial transactions. So y'all tell me there's got to be a source who you related to over there with the Egyptian name, because there's going to be admixtures, just like the Europeans came over here messing with our Indians. Y'all had some Hindus over there. Y'all had some Chinese over there. Y'all had some. Tell me who you related to, because you ain't just who you think you is. You something else too, and that's okay. It's okay. It's better if you know what the something else is, though. It's better if you know. But if you know why you think everybody else is hiding, and again, you guys got the whole shit. Let me just keep making this very clear. There's an American Indian community, and then there is the Aboriginal community. Do not take our talking points for the moot points made that include other people that don't match up with the documented history on the tangible bloodline relatives of the people, the families that are still here alive, the same descendants with the names Jacksons, Fields, George, Bryants, Wards, you people, you Washingtons, you Williams, you Joneses, you Phillips, you Fishers, you Turners, you. I'm talking about you. Talking about you.
Mm.
I'm not talking about, and you may have some Rosarios and some Rodriguez's. Yes, they did, because the Spanish had influence inside of Spain. So you will find a lot of that in the 1500 records and the 1710 census of
Rosa
most
Parks.
with the Spanish names as well. And those are straight up American Indians. They ain't came from nowhere else. They was under a different type of jurisdiction. That was their colonizer. So what was going on in Spain does not mean that was happening in Virginia. What was going on, Georgia wasn't even alive yet. This is before Georgia was alive. And all of that area was divided in between East and West Florida. So where your folks was at? Did they come in through West Florida? Did they come in through Mobile? Did they come in through? Where are you telling people that your folks came from? Where? When? Who? What? Why? Burden of proof.
Mm.
Gotta be solid. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. Let me know. And when what happened, the magical night that maybe my great grandparents was drinking moonshine and something happened. They might have been in the juke joint. Maybe grandpa was playing the motherfucking banjo or fucking with the washboard. Grandma sitting there shaking her hips. Got real lit that night drinking that damn Jim Beam. Generations later, his moon. I was there. How do I know that this happened? Something happened that night, because here I am. How did I get here? I got here through all of those people. All of those people that were documented all of these years you talking about. I came from somewhere else, nigga. Use a lie. And it's a lie for a lot of people. And if people it's at their leisure, the only thing they have to do is find out for themselves. You see what you were doing before you go and tell somebody else what they was doing. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if I don't have the look or the face, whatever it is that you think that makes me not who I am. That's your personal problem.
They
That's
get stuck on the hair shit.
and it's
They get
only
stuck on that straight hair and nappy hair stuff.
facts, and
You
it's
see, they literally see niggas over there in the Pacific Islands in Southeast Asia with the genetics with both straight hair and nappy hair and
I,
grow their hair all like Don King and all them.
yes,
And they turn their backs on those people, but claim Africa, Africa, Africa all day, and none of those people in the West Africa grow their hair out.
listen. And a lot of them people migrated. And you want to know what? They not worried about none of this shit. These niggas that saying Africa, Africa, Africa is talking about them motherfuckers is full of smoke, right? Because they not doing shit for none of their peoples over there on the continent at all. Egypt don't need shit from them, right? Because they come over here and they free white people. It don't matter if you dark as darkness. You get over here, right, as any fucking Donald Trump, as any Joe Biden, you get a free fucking pass. So don't tell me black on black, my motherfucking ass. Got to do some division here in that regard. And so I could protect my fucking identity as y'all sitting there trying to force somebody into some shit that they're really not a part of just to suit your pseudo fantasy, because your shit is pseudo because you don't know what the fuck your folks were doing. How do you place yourself in these last couple of 100 years that you're saying when we were slaves, when we were Africans, right?
And what's funny about them DNA tests? Do any of them Africans that they self-proclaim, or do these Native Americans where's their African genetics? Why can't an African trace a family member over here through DNA? Why are they hiding these Mongoloid Native Americans with alleged African DNA?
Listen,
they just focusing that DNA crap on Black Americans to confuse the hell out of people.
Yes. And it's rather, and it works. It does work. But it's terrible, and they just bust through all these other Scooby-Doo mysteries, but the plain shit, the plain sight, it's so bad that the common enemy is just on the surface, but it's the unusual suspects that are fucking everything in this country up. That is the absolute truth. It is the most unusual suspect that is actually in control of fucking this shit up. And that's people of color. Don't know what to do with their money, don't know what to do politically, don't know what to do in their community, don't know how to get no action. It's a fucking problem, and it's become a trend, and it purports to be a bunch of, I don't even know what it is that you call it. And there is a reason why some people were enslaved. There is an absolute reason why, because they could not handle business on their own. Simply that. Not because they awful, not because they African, not because they could not handle their business and end up having some sort of debt, charge, public entity that is against them in suit and proceeds against them, and they lose.
Mm.
Whether it's manipulated because it's that way now. Of course, there's people in jail that haven't done a damn thing and they're sitting there rotting away, ain't gonna be rotting away, they're gonna be there, right? Which is very unfortunate, and that happens. And these are the same things that happened 300 years ago. Niggas go to jail for the dumbest shit now. Niggas went to fucking slavery. They became enslaved for the dumbest shit then. So hogs, thought they could take a couple of motherfucking eggs. Motherfuckers was rapists. Niggas was
Horse
pedophiles.
thieves.
Come on now. Talk about the shit. Niggas was stealing horses, stealing cows, taking hogs. Niggas talk about soul food is all the master they gave you chitlins. No, them motherfuckers wanted that shit.
Only thing that's basically slave food is macaroni and cheese. That's about it.
They have no idea. And this comes from all of these grand fucking blanket ass stories that's weak as fuck, and they have never smoked good enough fucking weed or had a nice meditating moment where they start to question things, shit like, why is water wet? How's the sky blue? When you fucking go inside your mind and you ponder about things, how the fuck did they make these stories work? Like, nigga think they know what the fuck a dinosaur sounds like. Shit like that.
Yeah, an example about that, the stories. With the stories, they tell you like, oh, the Indians they stopped selling Indians as slaves because they kept running away and hiding out in the bush with the other wild Indians. But then they got some strong buck Africans out of West Africa somewhere, and they call them Seminoles or Cimarrons, and what's the other word? Maroons. Aren't these colors for red? Ain't you the redskin? So how did the Native American become a redskin?
Listen,
If they're
having they're having a hard time with this, and it clearly in a lot of their names, and they worried about the language, and a lot of their names, it calls them half breed, half white.
Yeah.
Talks about it.
Another language about the language.
White
How did African countries get names from Taino and Tupinamba, like Ghana, Guinea, and Guyana? It's right there. They got the names where Columbus landed. He landed in Ghana. There was no country called Ghana in the when Columbus arrived in the Caribbean.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you what. Not only that, but I need them to just really sit there and think about it. We could go back to where those records exposed that from the 1600s, all these questionable years, there are tons and tons and tons of fucking slave records that these niggas act like don't exist. So as they try to challenge me, and they try and challenge these solid points, I want to know what it is that are they looking to keep distracting people and stringing people along? Or are they actually looking to be able to pick an apple off the tree, be able to get a nice?
I don't think so. I think they're just being a satellite just for victimization and just to keep the whole scam going of being subjects of white supremacy.
So they say.
I think they just being satellites to just being continuing the victimization and keeping the thing going instead of actually doing something with Africa. They want to keep the shit going with white folks.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I won't just say that. It's all in their interest, and it's all against the Indians. So it's still a war to me against us nonetheless. That's what I say. There's really no way around it because it puts our country at risk, right? So that's a war against me. How personal should I take that? Should I not take it personal, or should I cry like these niggas and these white people and the white man? No, what's gonna happen is there's going to be some some hate crimes that have to be attached to specific people that sit there and try and dog us for our ancestry, right? You're fucking with
Yeah.
protected people because Donald Trump said that me, as an American Indian woman, I am a protected species, right?
Yeah.
I'm a protected people. Donald Trump did that, and everybody calls him racist.
It's because he ain't including all these other minority groups that's eating out our cookie jar.
And, you know, he said he does it in action, but he doesn't just come right out and tell white people, "Hey, I'm gonna give them some of this shit you motherfuckers didn't want to do." You, and this is why the shit is. See, some people have a different view. They be with some of the other shit, but they don't be with that. Nigga might, you know, do some he sell guns over here and shit like that, but he ain't with raping nobody. Now that's above his motherfucking criminality, right? He ain't gonna do no shit like that. That type of thing. Not saying that they're not guilty of some shit. Isn't everybody? Everybody guilty of some shit. Something.
Yeah. Everybody got some family drama.
So in the instance where there are things that he's done that has put us in a better situation on paper, fuck what these other niggas is talking about. Al Sharpton, all these other people. None of these people is going to hit the mark. Boyce Watkins, Roland Martin, they all going to miss the motherfucking mark because they looking at it from a victim view, right? You don't even have to look at it from an oppressor's view. Motherfucker, look at it from this your kingdom, this your house. This grandma house.
They don't think it's a house.
How do
They
grandma
think it's everybody else's.
listen? And that's what the problem is. This ain't open fucking season. So even where the people that don't know that they fucking American Indians, even the ones that don't know, them motherfuckers still open the door for these other people to come in and take their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Still makes me vulnerable. I got a problem with this shit. And this is why we speak on the things that we speak on. They don't realize how their ignorance hurts people. Them not knowing their rights fucking infringes on mine. How do I deal with y'all? Do I got to get motherfuckers locked up for hate crimes? It's a hate crime. It's a hate crime.
We already made black identity extremists.
Ethnic group. This has nothing to do with no Hebrew shit, no Moor shit, no none of that shit. This is an ethnicity that niggas is fucking with. A race of people, a creed. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas is participating in their own oppression, crying oppression, want to stop something, want somebody else to do it. When they are the authors and creators of it, because they allow these motherfuckers to do it, but they so busy hating on the other motherfuckers that look like them, they still trying to get to this goal over here with these motherfuckers. Where they'll only use them to stop the other motherfucking part of the herd from coming in. They've been waiting a long time. This shit, they kept been perpetuating this shit for a long time too, and I'm tired of that. Tired of that.
Everybody using the Indian thing for a next Pan-African scam.
Man, that's exactly right. Not only is they using an Indian for a Pan-African scam, but they also think that they're gonna do more shit with Indian truth too. That's happening.
Hebrew.
They also
Nation of Islam.
they're gonna get Indian results, right? But they have aggression as if the government owes them something. They have aggression like, how do I get over on this? It's not about getting over, motherfucker. It's about making sure your rights are not violated. Period. That does not give you a fucking blanket of sovereignty, which makes you above any laws. You don't create any. You don't participate in the damn creation of any. Who the fuck are you? So don't take Indian rights as a right to think you could be rogue like Moors and be rogue like you've been taught in these other fucking basement ass barnside chronicles that you've been listening to, and this bullshit information that ain't bought you no goddamn fruit. Niggas still running around with this NFAC, you fucking dumb bitch ass niggas don't say nothing when the goddamn KKK invited them. Nigga, we back in town. Why y'all came when we wasn't here? Talking about warriors come out and play. Nigga, we was over in Detroit, minding our business, fishing and shit. We back in Stone Mountain now. Bring your asses down now, come talk. Put your permit in so y'all can come and get your wristbands. Because they got the right to protest. Meanwhile, motherfuckers getting killed all over the places, and them niggas ain't doing no rundown nowhere. They was nowhere to be
Mm.
found. Getting on talking about, find them niggas that killed them kids, bitch. Shut up, nothing ain't happened. Motherfucker impersonating Jazzy Jeff. These niggas is clowns, and the people that they fucking listen to are fucking clowns. They're fucking trash. They ain't got nothing to fucking help you. They ain't got nothing to help your grandkids or your great great grandkids that ain't even here yet. Your grandma that's still here, the one that left. None of them. They ain't got nothing. And people are okay with that shit. That's the fucking problem. You sit there and let them take your mind off the land. Motherfucking time ain't nothing you could get back. I don't care how much money you got. You always want a little more time. Stop it. Stop the madness. You
The
talk
embassies ain't gonna
about
save us
land.
neither.
They stole our land. They stole our. You don't know where you come from. So how do you know which land is yours? All of it can't be yours. Your house ain't my house. I can't come and put my goddamn feet up in your goddamn timberlands, can I?
Say if we do denounce our American citizenship, what's their end game once we get to Africa?
Who's we, nigga? I ain't going nowhere.
Now, I ain't going nowhere either. Well, I'm just saying, like, since these Pan Africans say that we all need to get back to Africa, like Acorn, whatever the hell his name
Oh
talking
well,
about.
how come
What's his game plan once we go over there?
that ain't
What
no
he gonna have for us?
conversation having with white people? Because if you really give a fuck about people, and that's what your stance is, that all life comes from Africa, why don't you invite them back? Because as it stands now, all the people over there that's fucked up ain't no white people over there fucking them up. And that's
He
a lie.
said that they're majority black over there, so you can do whatever the hell you want to do once you come over there. No, you can't.
Get motherfuckers over there. Let me tell you, I want to ask these motherfuckers that repatriated, they brought their asses right the fuck back. They put
Exactly.
their asses right back. You ain't even got no toilets to flush. Get the fuck out of here. Do they got projects over there? Because you can't get a job? Huh? What kind of job? What y'all doing? You just living like what are you doing? Unless you like what are you doing out there? What kind of industry you in out there? You selling
Patronizing
tomatoes?
random shit.
Selling tomatoes with seasoned salt over there in Ghana. Nigga left their job at fucking Merrill Lynch to go to Ghana and live off the fucking land and wear loincloth and eat fucking American tomatoes. Be over there starving for McDonald's and shit. Looking for a Chick-fil-A. Huh? Come on now. Niggas throwing their own. That's why I call these people grandma killers, because they kill their own fucking history as they try to kill mine. Even if they grandma dead, they dig her up when they talk about history and they kill her ass again. It's fucking disgusting. Don't talk about what them people did to grandma and grandpa. Motherfuckers, talk about what y'all did. Y'all forgot. Forgot. You did not honor your ancestors, your mothers and your fathers. That's a lie. You didn't do it. The
They're looking for Kunta Kinte,
The
sis.
Christians didn't do it. The Hebrews didn't do it. They just put themselves inside the book and go mad and wear costumes. That's not their motherfucking culture. And now they got fringes, right? That's more like it.
Yeah.
They like into it.
They're looking for Kunta Kinte, sis. They're
And
looking
that,
for descendancy from the 12 tribes of Israel. They're looking for descendancy from the Moors, of Berbers and all them. They're looking for descendancy from Nubians and Kush and all that shit. And the
listen,
Zulus.
you know, they got to go ahead with that shit like that. They got to go ahead because you would be in specific places. You would be in specific places. And for the most part, I could tell who was here by your last names. Doing it for my families, my neighbors, all my homegirls at the job, all my other coworkers. Oh, this is over the course of 18 years. Hey, up the block. What is that, Jenny? Oh, I want to know what mine. Here, look up my grandmother. I've been doing this for a long time. Very strange anomaly with all these people. And it didn't really hit me until about 5 years ago that, okay, there's a couple of slaves here, a couple of people that was enslaved, but I got about 2,000 people. How come? Why in the fuck? There's only 3 slaves out of all these fucking people during all these times. Something wrong with that shit. Hey, girl, you know I got you back to the 1700s, but I didn't find no slaves. So, but look, hey, when your people came here, did you know that they paid in guineas? Yeah, because I did other people's genealogy too. That's how I know them other records is available.
Mm.
Yeah, I don't know why people acting like they having a hard time. They swear they know what the law is, and they don't. And law and history go together. So if the law is against you, what's your history like? Maybe it's hidden inside of your history why the law is against you, because you were excluded when they was writing it. You couldn't rebut it because you didn't know what was going on, because you didn't know they was making a song about you. Because you was expecting them to write a song in the first place when you the one with the rhythm, the rhyme, and the reason. Oh, we the people. Forgot. Motherfuckers walking around talking about, yeah, I'm John Jenkins. Nigga, you we the people when you go inside their arena, motherfucker. If you don't, check out what they do. Look at what they do. This is what happens when you don't know what you're supposed to know.
Mm.
And it's so sad that it's always going to be teaching moments for them as well, specifically. It's going to be teaching moments for them because they don't even know how to do the right thing like Spike Lee. They just fuck you over. Set it and forget it. Set
All
it
they had to do is go to county archive. Like, I recently went to the like South Carolina History and Archive Museum, and they basically had a library right down in there, and you can find like any one of your relatives in
and
the documents. They have the stuff. You just have to look for the county or people originally from. You gotta look for like the places where they were residing at. You gotta find like specific names that your relatives had. It's not
yeah,
hard at all.
yes, yes, yes. No, it's not hard. In fact, it's required in order for you to not be oppressed. You know, I see Brother Willie Lilly says that the law is man-made. Yes, indeed. And so was all sorts of different conversations. So I don't know what you mean about the law is man-made. Are you not a man, baby? I am a woman. I would be able to create law, land, air, and water.
He
This was a
calls himself a god. I'm sorry.
this was a matriarch society. Okay. So I don't know if you were speaking in a biblical sense, but I can break some of that down and make it easy for you too. Because I had about 8 minutes of fame thinking that as an Israelite, trying to understand the Bible as an adult. Okay. And I had to throw the dogma out. And I'm gonna tell you why I threw the dogma out, because I got some different type of fruit from it. And the fruit that I got from it was about the same things that we are neglecting right now. So if you do want to place yourself inside the book, how about you take the advice of what the book is talking about? And the book talks about not trusting in oppression. Okay. It definitely talks about that. It talks about family, honoring the mothers and the fathers, and people have not done that. They have not done that. But you can't do that. You can't even, and it's also double fucked up, because if you don't allow yourself to be a father to your children, you're fucking up somebody else's chance to be able to honor you as well. So it's so many things that's broken, and I can liken it to real time and what happened in history, and to the book, and make it practical. When Jesus is talking to the Pharisees, that's probably how people should talk to or not talk to the police. Think about it. Are you the son of man? Huh? Did I say I was the son of man? Or is that how you feel? The answer to that question, no, he did not. I don't really know, what languages that you interpret that as with the dogma. But what I will tell you is, when he talks about his father, you may be talking about different conversations, because people will think that he may be talking about God, but really Joseph was his father, right? And you look up the legal definition for father. Look up the legal definition for hell. These are the things that people go through. These are the things that people in the Bible went through, and oppressed people that didn't know they was home already, thought they was somewhere the fuck else, right? Thought they was somewhere the fuck else, and a whole bunch of foreigners came into their shit. Isn't that what happened to America? That's certainly what happened to me.
Hmm.
Certainly.
And then
Certainly
the
what happened.
Hebrews got taken over by some white folks like us.
Yeah. So there's some serious things going on. Um, you know, making writing these contracts and stuff like that. cheating. There's a bunch of things that go with it. Not keeping commitments, and it's the same thing. You know, people in the Bible didn't pay their debts, and motherfuckers now don't pay their debts. They didn't treat each other good. You know, they was worshiping stuff and worshiping other shit outside of their own tribes, their own nations, and they fucked up. And that's exactly what these people do. So if you want to use that to liken the conditions of these people now, I'm okay with that. But let's keep it on the ground. Let's not keep it in the sky. We don't want to put it way up there, you know, where you can't get no fruit from it, because you can't reach for nothing up there, right? You can't reach for nothing up there. And at the point where it talks about the kingdom, where is your kingdom? If this was the kingdom that you're supposed to have, why aren't you taking care of it? You hate America. You hate it. You hate being here. You hate everything about it. You hate your Pharisees. You hate your Sadducees, but yet you will kill the motherfucker that comes to help you. Yeah. Same way they do in the book. Same way they live in the book. So now everybody talks about, oh, I want to private and private this and private that and private this. That's fine, but you don't get no benefits, right? Everything that's in secret and all of that is tucked away until it get found out in the public, nigga. And what they saying about you in the public is important. It tends to ruin your life publicly. You might be cool inside your house, but outside in public, you vulnerable like a bitch. Your private is your own shit that you secure, but being that you not secure in shit, you don't own nothing. What are you secure with? How are you secured? Via what contracts? How do you attach to this land again? Should they go around digging because they passed the act after they did the 13th Amendment that told everybody they had to naturalize? So now at the point where everybody, including the Africans, were here, they were free. Show me your folks' naturalization papers, baby. Show me. Show me where their naturalization papers are. And then show me what Indians or what other foreigners or other people did they marry into. That gives you some sort of feel like you got some stake here in America. So there's that type of, you know, shit that goes on. These questions that people are not going to be able to explain, they're not going to be able to articulate. They're not going to be able to explicate and give a grand explanation with a specific timeline and how it is pertinent to them and how to alleviate oppression and how to get some respect put on their name. If that is in fact what you want, or do you want white people to give you some respect, or are you going to get it? And how do you get it? If you are not keeping any law, either way, you ain't keeping the Bible law, but yet you want me to believe in everything literally and figuratively, but you can't believe when they say give it back to Caesar. You are chasing Caesar's shit here in real life, real time, and then we'll get on your knees on any Sunday that it ain't Corona time and tell God, I please give me this and give me that. I'm just having a hard time understanding. And it's not that I don't think people are great, but I will tell you, I know that people are really big hypocrites. They are really big hypocrites, and they have a lot of things going on. And it, again, them, what they don't know, it inflicts on our rights. And that's everybody. That's everybody.
But their major arguments is you don't know anything about the culture, you don't speak a native language.
Well, they don't speak every language in Africa either, but yet they 92% this and 85% that. So tell me what grandma was speaking to them in their language. See, they
don't think they know.
When the official language in most of those countries is French, Portuguese, English, Dutch.
They're speaking lingua francas, bro.
Motherfuckers, yo, you see how this shit goes? This is sad. This is sad. So, well, why y'all ain't got no language? Nigga, where your spear? Where your cow? Which one of your going cow ass? Everybody. Hold on. Hold on 1 second.
Phoenix, we were stolen from Campy Belongo.
I was just like, these niggas is lying. Now I want them to know.
Yo, they tell you fairy tales about these forts in West Africa, like they were built like penitentiaries and shit.
Where people used to live, people with bread had them shits built. They ain't got no goddamn infrastructure like that, and they need us to go and build their shit now. So what happened to all those ancient pyramids and all that other shit? You mean all the master masonry and shit like that just stopped? All the vegetation and shit like that? They've been in famine all my life. I am almost 50 years old. I'm 46 years old. God damn it, how long
they gave all the knowledge to the Europeans and the Arabs.
Countries, these same countries that they're saying that I belong to, they really need help, and these niggas is playing because now you're doing some other sort of genocide shit against the people that you claim that you are a part of, and you are doing nothing to change and fix those conditions. Claim your cousin. Claim them. You claim them. They're your cousins. I can tell you who my cousins
are. Venus, you self-hating on Africa. This is causing division.
Absolutely not. It's telling people to get in their lane. They have a lane, and they owe it to their own people to get in their lane. It's not time for play. It ain't time for play. If you ain't sick of these oppressors, I know the fuck I am, but I'm gonna be sick of the niggas that ain't sick of the motherfuckers that they should be sick of.
We got the slave laws, Phoenix. They found a slave ship in South Africa.
Talking about where your language and all this other shit. Let me see. All right.
So the Native Americans be saying that stupid shit too. They ain't like preserve all their languages. Like most of them Latino niggas that be riling up these Native Americans up on the plains, they be saying stupid shit like that. And they come to come up to the US and speak like Spanglish.
It happens to be believable to the niggas that don't believe that we American Indians, or to the ones that don't know there's a difference between American Indians and Native Americans, right? It's hard for them to make the distinction. So therefore, they completely rule the shit out. You know what I'm saying? That's the problem. Because they don't know who they people are. They damn sure don't know who our people are. And they want to speculate a lot. And they keep missing the motherfucking mark, right? These are the conversations that we should be fucking having when all of the trade languages have now been basically reduced down, and it's still greatly manipulated, right? It's greatly manipulated, and niggas they'll dismiss everything that it is that was superstitious and shit that grandma and them did. You talk about they were superstitious, nigga, that was part of our culture. Why you want to steal that from me? Why you want to steal from me and tell me, oh shit, you ain't got no culture, you ain't this? Why? Because we ain't running around. Our grandparents was sharp as shit. I could show you the same descendants of the Indian tribes right now with beautiful fucking dresses on and 3-piece suits, hair done to the nine, from kinky afro one day down, straight down to the bottom, hot press, hot comb, and all of that. Madam
we developed that science. Nobody else in the world developed conch science if it came out of self-hatred.
I want them to tell me who they related to that do this shit. While they talking the shit they talking. They claim everything. They claim everything.
They claim the Gullah Geechee to be African Queen Quay. But you carrying an Indian name.
Let's check this out real quick. Hold on. This part of their culture, not mine.
Well, Phoenix, you can't do that. That's being disrespectful to Africans.
What, telling the truth? How? It's their culture, and they asking me where's mine. They asking me where my culture is. Trying to shame me for not having culture, but won't explain me the culture they telling me I might belong to. I could be, we could be. Why should I steal these people culture? That's part of their shit. Why do I need to include myself in something?
Right? This is being divisive, Phoenix.
Listen, let's tell the truth.
This kind of activity done for the... Esto se hace con las vacas que han perdido.
Yeah, right. That's a woman. That's a lady doing that. That's not a man.
La madre no produce leche porque
that's not a man. And I think that's enough because it's not really long. See, she got a dress on. That's the lady. She do that to get the milk. That's part of their culture. That's part of their culture. Now, that ain't for jokes, but that is to let a motherfucker know that ain't no type of shit that I got in my DNA, nigga. I'm scared of fucking butterflies. You think I'm going to be blowing in cow booty? Just picture me 100, 200, 300 years ago. Wherever you might place me in the annals of fucking time throughout the goddamn world, I'm going to tell you there's no way in anybody's heaven or hell that moon would be blowing in a cow ass. None. Not my grandma, not my great motherfucking grandma.
I think they want to be kings, Phoenix. They want to be kings.
So, in order to tell me I don't have any culture, and you including me in people that you don't even know exist, you're calling them Nigerian. That is not who they are called. They have names themselves, and you might want to fucking ask them before you go making me cousin Mbuntu.
I got a list of them motherfuckers' real names too.
It's not
You want me
fair.
to name them all?
No.
them people called Nzambi Ngolo in Angola. Them people called Zaire Mabundu. Dongo. Them people called Twa. They call Ife, Nak, Hausa, Songhai, Wagato Mande, Numbia, Guana, Akan.
Right. And who are those people? They still come from somewhere and they have their culture. And as they sit there and ask me for mine, hold on, let me just see something. I need for them to tell me what's good with this. And I'm gonna let this shit run because this one is kind of motherfucking funny. And I ain't doing
and
it.
Another thing is they let white folks name them. They call themselves Bantus.
Tyrone, wait a minute. Because I keep this point. And the point is that you trying to include me in other people's shit, and that means you're stealing from other people. That makes you a grandma killer. This is what I'm talking about. Makes you a grandma killer. Right? Now, hold on. This ain't our culture. Now you telling me we come from here. Well, do we come from this place here or not? Like, let me know. Is this what they do? Where they from? Where you saying I'm from? I need to know. You can help me find this shit out. Since you seem to know who the fuck I am, let me know who you are. Are these your folks? Are these your folks? Hold on a second. Yeah. Buffalo Bill shirt on. Look at all this American shit they got on. Them ain't my cousins. Look at what they got. Fisherman hats. Is that your chick?
That is the epicenter of soul culture, Phoenix.
Who are you? Yeah, that's where James Brown got all his steps from. This is where Michael Jackson learned how to beat it.
That's where Prince learned how to do the splits.
No. Everybody in Africa don't do this. Why are you expecting us to have some sort of what your perception of Native American culture is, as you lie about the perception of what African culture is like? And you don't even live there. And you don't even have a grandma. You selfish son of a bitch trying to drag me across the Atlantic and you don't know where you belong in the fucking world. How dare you? Got a problem with it.
Their reality is Beyonce's Black is King, Phoenix.
Look at her getting like Rita at the fair. With flowers in her hair, right? Nigga in the yellow. She ain't feeling his gangsta. She ain't feeling his gangsta. I'm gonna let this shit run. I ain't playing it for funny. Now I'm being funny.
Oh, bro, you making me laugh.
Well, let's get it in. What they saying? Who we kin to? Who's was doing this thing? Any of us from any one of these villages? I need to know. Somebody let me know. You stealing. Why you trying to make me claim some shit? It's stealing. I'm tired of that.
Oh. I'm gonna be myself.
That nigga in the yellow, where he at?
Where are you making me go pee myself? Make it stop. When somebody get dizzy after doing shit like that,
This
like,
part of their culture,
man.
my guy. If this is what they doing, there is no such thing as shaking baby syndrome or none of that shit over there. They been hit. This nigga here been neck whopping for a long motherfucking time. This ain't no shit he just started. His shit would have been woke.
Whiplash or something. God damn.
Go back. Right. Kind of change the whole perception of a motherfucker when they talk about what that neck like, right?
Yeah.
They talking about. What they talking about? You stealing somebody else's culture to insert it on me. There's a reason why. Y'all want something. Y'all want something that we got. Y'all want something that we got. And y'all mad because we know what it is now.
Their identity is that Beyonce Black is King. That's their identity.
They in the way and I don't like it too much. I mean, I like it. I'm uncomfortable, dog. I'm uncomfortable. Y'all gotta stop with the shenanigans. Gotta stop. Gotta stop with the shenanigans. It's insulting. It's insulting. It's disrespectful. You going to insert me in somebody's motherfucking village via a goddamn Q-tip, and I'm just supposed to go over there and know how to move my neck like that. You fucking you ain't motherfucker.
You got me cracking up.
These niggas. They gotta stop.
Nah.
I digress. I digress. Look still. Don't try to include me in somebody else's stuff. That's something that they do that means something to them.
Yeah.
So don't drag me on nobody's ship to motherfucking those villages and include me in their party. That ain't my cup of Hennessy right there.
And they'll tell you on Twitter that shit ain't yours. You saw how they was cussing Beyonce out when she put out that movie, right?
Remember when John Henry Clark went to Africa and Mugabe said, "What the fuck are you doing in my country, nigga? American nigga?" No.
Yeah. Long and mighty walk. He said he admitted that in that movie.
I'm just over it. I just want them to stop. Leave us alone. Yeah. Leave us alone. Like, just fucking do your thing, man. That's all you gotta do. Don't worry about our grandmas, nigga. We're fine. We're worried about them. That's why we ready to fuck y'all up. Cause y'all fucking up what we got going on with grandma. You act like you follow the law and all this other shit. You following the law and shit. If you feel like you feel like the Bible is your source, why are you breaking the law expecting your prayers to be answered? Motherfucker, prayer is a public petition. When you are asking or telling your government something, you are praying. That is a public prayer. What the dude say? Look it up. What's that nigga name? That guy.
Look it up.
Look it up. I can't think his name. Start with a K. But anyway, Yeah. A public petition is a prayer. Are you praying to your government to stop what they're doing? Are you saying Black Lives Matter? We want the street painted Black Lives Way. Let the street paint away your goddamn inheritance as you're fucking tattooing up your land. Talking about we want the land. We want our land.
Black Lives Matter ran by a bunch of lesbians, right?
Got the pouty face. We'll sit there with the pouty face. I'm just so over this shit. This shit fucked up. And then you want somebody to answer for the reason why people are getting drug walk. You know, looking for a reason. For someone to answer, why are you doing this to me? Remember T.I.? How come we don't see white kids getting guns pulled out on them? Should any kid have a gun pulled out on them? These are some of the things that have happened from the damage. This is what's happened from the damage. It's causing all these disconnects, and this is where they also have a lawsuit. That is a tort. They deliberately mess with people's minds. And you have lost time. You can't get that back. You talk about they stole some freedom. They stole freedom. They stole the land. Nigga, they stole time. They stole your legacy. They took it from grandma and them, and you're giving it away. You're giving yours away. You're giving your kids away because you ain't fighting for the ones that came before you. Who's the killer? The white man around your lips? Let's talk about it. Talk about it.
Not just talk about it. Let's do something about it.
Do something. Move something. Get active. Get active. Get active. I can't wait to talk to the brother from Congo because he wants to do something for his Congo people. That's what it's about. You gotta be. He had the same beef that I have, right? But let me tell you why I got so much respect for him. Because when the Native Americans and the so-called Pan-African communities joined forces, as they always did, because they kinfolk, they relatives, we'll talk about that another time. And I'll tell you how the Chinese, the Chino, became the Indian. Oh, we'll talk about that.
Yep.
We're going to talk about that. So when you ask me, oh, how she going to say them people wasn't here? I can tell you where they came from genealogy. I don't care if they federally recognize you, ask them. The same thing you ask somebody that's talking about they was kidnapped slaves from somewhere. Who was your third great grandmother? I'm the nephew of Sitting Bull, and you niggas will believe it just the way he looked.
And these Negroes compromise. They compromise their own melanin science from Professor Leakey and Gregor Mendel.
Yeah. I'm over it. I'm so over it. I'm so over it. I want them to stop. They're violating my rights. Don't make me fucking have you guys charged with hate crimes against the American Indian. And see how African I am when your asses got conspiracy charges against y'all. Just like the white man. Just like him. Go on, Cletus. Walk on over this way. You're going to limp back. Walk on over. You're going to limp back. Facts. I have to put them on pause because it's foul what they doing, man. It's foul. It's not right. It's not right. I want y'all to stop. I'm drop the link. If you got, you want to come up here and say, Phoenix, you African, bitch. Come on. Come with it.
I'm waiting for him.
Tonight with the shit. All right. Let's do it. Just drop the link. I'm pretty sure some people that are like, they ran out of darts, throwing the darts. So, but that's what it is. Yo, we got to stop this madness. This is a bunch of madness. It's a bunch of madness. You want to have something to say to the white man around your fucking quiet ass eyes and lips? Then tell them how they stole time from you. They stole a chunk of your history as they sidetracked you and gave you something that you can't have, like a goddamn dog on a treadmill.
And then they sold them an African slave story.
Chasing a hot dog on a stick. And I'll use paraphrases and metaphors and everything just so I don't sound aggressive. But when I talk the shit I talk, you guys be like, oh, she ain't have to say that. But I'm just a slick talker. I'm from New York, born and raised. So don't be mad at me. That's what we do. Mental exercise, you know, that's what we do. Our mother was okay with that. We got to communicate and articulate and talk. We played the dozens and all of that. We that's what we do. So, I told y'all I was a rapper, a musician, a songwriter. I do that. I can't help it. That's me. But don't take it like I'm, calling you a redheaded stepchild or a boy-headed fat girl that don't get no play. I'm not saying that. Just saying what I'm saying. When I want to bust a shot, you'll know. I'll tag you. Until then, don't fucking include yourself as one of the bitches that I'm talking about. If your shoe ain't untied, don't fucking trip. But if it is, I'll see you when you get up. See you when you get up. Right? Because the chances are at the point where you was tripping, trying to hold the motherfucking Indian back. So, the world's going to end up having to work with us. We may not be the richest people, but we are the richest people. We were on the money. Oh, yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I want these people to stop with the nonsense. I want them to stop. Let's just hold on 1 second. I want them to stop. And they tore them damn Confederate statues down. Let me tell you why these stickers is dum dum dum. Fucking with the evidence. That's why I was like, a little upset with you guys. A little upset. Let me grab these. And you've seen these before. It's been a while. But, sometimes you got to send out a reminder because they don't know what it is that they're talking about. Let's see. Hold on 1 second. Let's get some of these Confederate dollars here. Now you done whipped down the statues and you destroyed the evidence of when our promissory notes and these checks and these documents were worth gold and silver, right? Because some of us have greenbacks inside of these freedmen's banks that collapsed, and you niggas been crying to all these other people about what happened, and you don't follow the money. So there's a whole thing to that. I want to know where the scholars at so we can talk about that shit, because we got some freedmen's bank records and we got a couple dollars. We the descendants of them people. We know they didn't have it because they changed the motherfucking currency. But you niggas is sitting there talking about we want what? You want what's yours? Do you even know what's yours? If you don't know what's yours, stop asking for everybody else's shit. And you gotta wait your turn and you gotta do your history. If not, it's just a mystery. And the white man around your lips is gonna send you home without a check. I probably should have named this that. The white man.
The
white around your
Wow.
I know I got jokes. Don't. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But I'm just saying, there's some of this Confederate money. So these nakers could see what they don't even know. No. Nakers. You don't know, you gotta call them nakers. It's nicer. I always say ninjas and stuff like nakers. Nakers be naked while the haters be hating. So a nigga's still a ninja. He ain't my ninja, but he the ninja still nonetheless. So I hear naker. Get it? That makes any sense. Maybe not, but okay. So this is Confederate money. Confederate money. Abraham Lincoln, Union president. Abraham Lincoln died with a couple of dollars of Virginia money with a lady on there that looks like my motherfucking grandma. I'm gonna show that too. Let's go to a $50 note. Look at this. This is when it was backed by gold, and they talk about we so broke, huh? You're asking for stuff that don't belong to you. You talking about a boat ride. You want to get paid because they gave you a free trip to the land of opportunity. Even if that was your story, even if that story was true, do you think they put you on the money? Yeah, this is what you're talking about. You're the kidnapped Africans, and these are my folks, the sharecroppers. right? And I got proof of that because there's currency notes here that have signatures on them. You can find them. Pay to the order of, just like a check. Look at these beautiful chocolatey people here, but because they don't have feathers and shit on, niggas don't know that those might be the Indians that chose to be citizens, right? Some people had a choice. And they lost their status to become a citizen, right? That's also an indication that there was some choices that you don't know that people had. You see these little chocolatey people here? These chocolatey people on this. I'm gonna drop this here. Y'all look up Confederate money. There you go. There's a better picture. $50. Wasn't no Ben Franklin on there, was it? Does that look like Ben Franklin? Absolutely not. Or they sold it.
And baby, when I tell you he's got his own money, I mean the boy has got his own money.
No, that's right. You know it. Let's look at some more. Let's look at some more. Those look like pilograms. Hold on. But the $50 bill got men that look like our granddaddies on it. And you niggas want to throw it away. Talking about they bought you on a boat trip. Maybe they charging y'all niggas for that expensive ass vacation you had. You ever thought of it that way? Were you a passenger? Shipwrecked maybe? $100 bill.
Right. Well,
Look at that.
shit out of kids too.
$100 bill.
What you doing there?
This
Out the pissing. Nothing like that.
Failure to do.
We got the white man interact.
Yeah, so we the Black Panther Party for something. Yeah, Panthers, what y'all some kind of gang or something?
they got clean clothes on, so they put nice clothes on the players. They put nice clothes on him to take a picture because he's
before he could turn 16. He's just a kid, man. Yeah, well, Cloud kicked the shit out of kids too.
You think the police care anything about a bunch of black people praying? Now the community's been trying to get this
think that was
stoplight
just
put
what they
in
would do?
since before my mother was a virgin. That's been a long time. Now you think City Hall really cares about a bunch of black people having another prayer
that?
meeting at some goddamn church?
They ain't gonna have it at church. They're gonna march to the intersection. It's gonna be a peaceful protest. Hey, my mom was at that. I ain't fucking with no cops. They don't like us getting involved with none of that political shit. Look,
This is Virginia. Now they all come to respective states too. In case you didn't know, some are from Mississippi, some are from Georgia, some are from Virginia, and other places.
But I guess
this one here got the Philly lady on it. That's also $100 note, but that's from a specific place. In Mississippi, there's also Louisiana, and Virginia, particularly.
Straight. No
This is that one. This is Alabama. This is
another visual. Put a stoplight
Montgomery,
back corner.
Alabama.
What I'm asking y'all is just
Montgomery, Alabama.
to calm down and be observers on them cops.
And look at them. This is what the industry was. $50, Confederate money. Confederate money. So, hold on, that's fine. Couple more. There's one in particular that I absolutely love. Let me see. And I think it is a Virginia note. With these beautiful Negro brown people.
Not by praying, but by watching.
You think the police care anything about a bunch of black people praying? The community's been trying to get this stoplight put in since before.
Can't get to that one.
Now you think City Hall really cares about a bunch of black people having another prayer vigil at some goddamn church?
They ain't gonna have it at church. They're gonna march to the intersection. It's gonna be a peaceful protest.
Here's another one. This is Georgia. Yeah, look at that.
Now, how are like people saying that the John Ogilvy artwork's fake?
I just want y'all to look.
After that, felt very strongly about the interpretations of the flag side. So I really began and then I started researching it more and more. I started to understand the historical aspect.
No, it ain't really so important what Becky was saying. Did you guys get the picture? And again, are they gonna let us know why they put you on the money? Want to know
Nope.
why? Are they gonna
They're
let you
not.
know? They're not gonna do it. They're not gonna talk about it. They're not gonna make it all make sense. You just got all these stories and don't have the details to these stories to make it make sense. They know what they didn't tell you. It's not about what they told you, it's what they didn't tell you. And they are holding on to those secrets. And everybody's worried about all these other conspiracy theories instead of getting to the bottom of these Scooby-Doo mysteries.
Yeah.
Or they talk shit about the people that's exactly what it is that they're doing. Follow the
And
money.
then they deflect from the maps too. The John
Follow
Ogilvy, Jacob Myers, the Arnaldo Montana stuff.
They're absolutely ridiculous with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely ridiculous. But that's it, and that's all. I definitely just wanted to continue with that. I need them to fall back. It's a good idea that they do, unless they're gonna have to come with a lot of A game.
Hey Phoenix, what about the Monokuli in Cameroon, Africa?
Well, we're gonna get to that tomorrow. I'm definitely going to have a good brother. I think he goes by Mongo. I have a different name for him, but he goes by Mongo. He'll be here tomorrow. Congo Mongo. I'm excited to talk to him. He's a good person. He's a good dude. And I have another friend from South Africa named Barekia. He's young, but he's very intelligent. He's a really good kid. And he knows a lot about his history as well. So there's a lot of conversations that um, I would like to have him on too, to give his perspective, because there's a lot that he knows, specifically because he's South African and they've also been colored. And keep in mind, he was born in the 90s. So the apartheid was just ending at a time where he was born. So there's some effects and things that he'll be able to explain from his experiences. He grew up pretty much over here, but he does have his memories at home. He has lots of pictures of his family, beautiful family. He always shares his grandparents, great grandparents, his dad and his mother and sisters and stuff back home. So I definitely would love to have him on the show. But that's that's my baby. He's like my son. He's a dope kid. And I'll definitely talk to him about some of the things that he can do, the information that is going to be helpful to him and his family that he has back home in South Africa. So we do have these great relationships. I did mention I've been talking. I'd love to do something with Carameo. We have been speaking about doing something relative, because we have to get the other Americas inclusive in the same thing. It is very important that they maintain their genealogy. There's going to be a lot of snapback and act like that they're going to have to put in order to receive as well. So we want to make sure that it starts with us and ends with us. So there's a lot that we can do, and the things that we do are going to help people. And it's going to help a lot of people that are oppressed on any level. And that's what we want to do. What'd you say, Tyrone?
Oh, I didn't say anything.
So, those are some of the things that we're going to have to do. And that's part of the anti-oppression vehicle, right? That's part of the car that we like to drive. That's part of the car that should be in this lane that we should be in. that we should be in, you know. So tomorrow, it'll be 5 p.m. London time, so that'll be noon here, where Emil and I are going to go Congo Mongo. We're gonna go
All
live
right.
tomorrow. So there's some
I'm trying to meet y'all at the October No Grandma Killers tour.
in Virginia. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to get up there with what's his name? Rick Moon. Yeah, because he lives like in the same city I do, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some stuff like I'm working on a project with Carrie Davis. He's planning on making like a movie Claudine or something like that. And I'm
Yeah.
also working on my comic book for African Americans Ain't African.
Yes, I know about that project. I'm so glad. I can't wait to, we're able to sit down and discuss some of the things that we've been really busy. I'm really pleased with some of the things that have happened and things that we've been able to do. A lot of new things that we're learning also that is applicable and things that are going to be helpful. And there's certain things that I would say that I am looking to do. And I have to be a test tube baby before I can tell you how to have a conversation with police without ending up in handcuffs or getting your head bust. Then that means I have to at least get arrested once or twice to figure out what it is that I did wrong the first time and correct it the next time, right? So that's part of perfecting the practice. And I certainly wouldn't, give anyone anything that I wouldn't, do. You know what I'm saying? That's an absolute fact. Um, good, Austin. So you'll be in Virginia. That's fantastic. Um, so I just want to make sure that people are aware. It's really about you. It's really about you getting into yourself. You'd like to help your people, then that's the best way you can do it. You want to change your conditions. That's where you start. It starts and ends with grandma and grandpa. It's the sweetest thing. The sweetest thing. I love it. I absolutely do. But other than that, everything's healthy. Everything's well. Tyrone, thank you so much for coming back. I might even be back a little later. I'm going to take care of a couple of things. I got some phone calls and stuff to make. I got some other things, part of projects that I'm working on. But Tyrone,
You're
it was
welcome.
a pleasure having you. Yo, thank you so much for coming through. That was super
Thank
dope.
you for letting me on your show.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll talk again soon. Good luck with the comic book. I can't wait to see it. And we'll talk about I guess we'll see again when we talk about Claudine and a couple of the other projects that we're working on. We don't want to let all the cats out of the bag yet. But I'm super excited. And I've got Brother Bones right here. Hold on. All right, Tyrone, I'll talk to you soon, beloved.
All right, later.
Later. Hey now, what's happening, beloved? Halito.
Halito, Sister Phoenix. How you
How
doing
are
today?
you? I'm doing all right. How are you?
No complaints. No, just jumped in. I seen the discussion that you was having, and I'm like, it's really up and
It's kind of hard to hear you, brother. Can you say that again? Keep going
it's
out,
an
bro.
it's an easy case when there's evidence that's telling you that the Dutch created the African language.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
this is public information. So
Mhm.
when people are claiming about a language, you want us to speak a language that someone else created?
Right.
I mean, really, what is
Right.
this conversation really about? If people consider to be researchers but don't know, you arguing about something that another German created anyway.
Mhm. Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I see. I definitely know. I just want them to kind of get in their lane and kind of stay out of ours and stop trying to drag us in a lane that they're not even in control of. It's pretty pathetic. It's kind of sad. We just want them to get their stuff together as we are trying to do exactly that for ourselves. So that's kind of just what we wanted to talk about here. Thank you so much. I'm glad you did, Will Ratliff. That's a new name over here, but I'm glad you did come over here. So yeah, and that's just what it is. But for sure that there's some you can expect that you're going to be met with a lot of resistance, particularly from people, skin folk people, and it'll be more so than you ever will with the milk folk, right? So that's it. And that's all. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. got a lot of stuff to take care of, and like I said, we got some more work to do. It's been real. I'm glad y'all all came through, and we'll be back tomorrow. It'll be 12 o'clock noon. We got Mongo Congo coming over, and we're gonna have a serious conversation. And I'm looking to have another surprise. Hopefully, I can add another treat to that conversation, and it would be full circle enjoyment for me. So definitely catch me tomorrow at noon for sure. We'll be here. I want to thank everybody for coming through. What's up, cousin Liz? What's happening, Halito? And that's it. What's up, brother Bones? Thank you for stopping by.
Not much, not much. We're just stopping by, joining in on the conversation. That's
Yes,
it.
indeed. You ready for Texas, bro?
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, again, to go
Yes,
on to what you said, that we don't have nothing against anyone that's African. We really
yes,
don't. All we're saying is we know who we are. Stop trying to put a title on us. We had enough of that already. We know who we are. Let us handle our business, and y'all handle your business. And most likely we probably meet in the middle somewhere down the line.
right.
Somebody's got to get started somewhere. If not, we all going to be looking stupid 10, 15 years from now.
That's right. That's
That's
right.
about it.
That's right. We just want them to, get in their lane. That's all they got to do, man. It's gonna be all right. Everybody gonna be all right. You know what I'm saying? If they make it that way, don't wait for nobody else to do it. Don't wait for the sky to open up. I don't know how appropriate that is, or how hard it is for people to digest. But if you keep waiting, then that means there's something that you're not doing, and you're not following what it is that the book say. That just tells you to wait on something. I don't know how it is, but that's been the kind of
Those who get it do, those who don't won't. It's just that simple.
Yes, indeed. And I hope that it definitely gets better soon. Until then, Chapisalachi Kate, love, peace, and exorbitant amounts of bear grease so you don't get ashy.